Hey guys, Sam here. I just got back from taking the AP Chem exam, and I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on the exam and, well, my thoughts on the class in general too. So, if this video is for people who um, just want to hear what people thought about the test in general, and also just, well, should I take AP Chem next year if you're a junior or maybe even a sophomore? So I know some sophomores taking AP Chem. So the test in general was a lot of people like I turned in the test. I would turn to the person next to me. They're sitting like 5 feet apart. And they're I just like I showed my hand. I'm like three with my hands, fingers. Four. They looked at me with the frown on their face, and they held up like a shaky hand as they revealed their two digits. But honestly, AP Chem is just a matter of preparation and knowing what to prepare. So, in general, the biggest units were entropy, which is just change in G, change in S, change in H, and even change energy, which is like unit 9. Another big thing to know is IMFs because a lot of the FRQs and even not so much of the MCQs, but a lot of the FRQs ask on IMFs, which is the biggest ones just being London dispersion, um, dipole, and hydrogen bonding. Um, and another thing to really know is the rate law. How to at least just know how to write a rate law, how to write equilibrium. And again, rate law is just like kinetics, and their equilibrium is just like the K value, so like products or the reactants. If it's a gas, then it's a Kirby bracket. Another thing you really need to know is Lewis structures. So just practice like one or two of those and you'll get that down. We didn't have formal charges on the 2022 exam, but that's maybe a good idea as well. No redox reactions, like we're able to recognize those and what they look like, and also acid-base reactions, whether it's like a weak acid, strong acid. Um, Not necessarily like memorizing like if OH is a base, well, yeah, you need to know that, but recognizing the reaction that you're looking at, is it an acid-base reaction? That's really good. So practice two big things. Practice the math MCQ questions. Just lots of stoichiometry. Just like you should be versatile and comfortable by swapping units and just being able to do the math and like understand, like fundamentally understand that basis level of what you're doing. And I know it's hard, obviously, having been someone who's taken the class, to understand that on like a fundamental level. But really, I'm telling you, it's just practice. And you can go to like websites such as Crack AP, and they have lots of practice MCQ on there. I use Crack AP. Um, Another thing you can do to practice is FRQs. How the way I studied for this exam is that I actually bought this book. So there's a pretty interesting story. I bought this book back in February, expecting to use it because I used 5 steps to a 5 last year and it served me pretty well last year. Um, but looking at this book, it was very wordy, and I was reading like I paid due diligence to this book and I really tried to like use it. But it's just so wordy and I started to lose confidence because like it was just really complicated. But it was just for no reason because it was this Princeton review is a lot better. I actually ended up buying this book like 2 months after, maybe I think 1 month after the 5 steps to a 5 because I have the AP Princeton review for Calculus BC of this book, and it was really good. The format and the content review, and even the practice. They have practice MCQ for every chapter, practice FRQs too, and this book was so much better. I'm holding it in my hand right now, and just looking at it, it's just it like everything it talked about was on there, and like it was really concise too, in a way that doesn't gloss over anything, and it goes over the math really well too. So I recommend getting the Princeton Review for just any AP actually, because like this is like one of the best quality AP books I've ever seen. Like, and I've seen two of them, so um, highly recommend. Another thing you must do for practice is practice the FRQs. Um, just there's a lot of YouTube videos. Oh my gosh, dude, I don't care if you're gay. There's a lot of YouTube videos online that's like practicing AP FRQs. Like this person, it's a small channel, like only 200 views here and there, but she goes over it pretty well. And something interesting she does is that she goes over the average score for that specific question on the FRQ. So there's a lot of channels like this, and if you don't like one person, this is like three other people who did the same question, who has probably has better explanations. Do as many of these as you can and play due diligence to them because like this is gonna what's clutch you up. In the test in general, the MCQ was in general a bit harder, but you can definitely clutch up on FRQs like for especially for AP Chem. Um, because the MCQ is it's a bit harder to practice, honestly. Our teacher, she was able to print out many years worth of MCQ practice in the test, and she actually did a pretty fairly good job of making us practice. Um, but if anything, in your hands, study the FRQs because they'll tell you what content you need to go over and review. So this book is really good. No, not this book. I hate you. This book is really good. Get this. Um, so as a class in general, what should I take? You're probably a sophomore, junior right now, thinking, well, should I take the physics route or the chem route? Well, that question might be pretty obvious to you, whether if you're like an engineer, physics, or if you're going into pre-med chem, and or if you've already taken biology, right? So if biology is out of the question, what science? Um, and really, I don't think I'm qualified to answer this since I haven't taken physics C. But here's the thing about chem. Comparatively, from what I've heard and what I've seen, not calc, chemistry is a much more digestible class. It's very hard. And at the beginning of the year, like the first like 2 units or 3 months is very easy. But don't sleep on chem because it immediately gets pretty hard. Chem is something that builds on itself, as do most classes, honestly. But you it's something that like actually like really I felt prepares you for college and like our teacher, well almost called her a lecturer because that's what she was. She didn't really teach well. She sat at her desk, pulled up the projector, and just talked to us for 90 minutes and then we'd leave. My favorite part about chem class was leaving, but I enjoyed the content, honestly. Again, it's a lot of a math class just like physics, but chem is going to be a lot more like hands-on, like labs. Well, physics is very hands-on too, but in general, I would recommend chem because I would think that it's a lot easier. It's easier in general. The workload was not too bad at all. There was something annoying called Cengage, but the good thing is that our teacher actually took those for a grade, so I had like a 95 plus all year. Physics people, test averages were in the 30s, so yeah, it might be different at your school, but chem was a very good experience for me. I rate the class a solid 7 out of 10, not 10 out of 7. Geez, it's way too high for any class, honestly. But yeah, that was my opinion, and now I'd love to hear yours. um, this is my channel. I hope this video has helped you, first of all. And if you, whoa, okay, chill recommendations. I'm trying to go to not that, my channel, bruh. Hopefully nothing embarrassing showed up because I'm uploading this without editing it because I don't want to edit this. Hopefully this helped you, and please like and subscribe if it did. And I plan to make more AP videos as the weeks go on. And until then, I will see you, and bye bye.